What's up guys, it's Matters, and I want to go through everything you guys need to know regarding release dates for Call of Duty World War II Nazi Zombies. Basically anything that is going to be revealed for Nazi Zombies, this game that's coming out. I want to go through the possible release dates and times we're going to see them. So within this video, don't worry, there are not going to be any spoilers. This is not a leak video. We're only going to be talking about what they could be revealing and when they could be revealing that stuff. Obviously, the first thing coming up is the huge, San Diego Comic-Con world reveal of Nazi Zombies. I'll talk about the specific times, what we're specifically going to be seeing, and the dates, and all the cool stuff. But then I also want to go, beyond that and really look at other dates and other times of the year until the beginning of November when the game actually releases, in which we will see some sort of reveal or more information or more, I guess, gameplay or more features of the game, just specifically regarding zombies. So again, that being said, if you can leave a like, that'd be greatly appreciated. There are no spoilers. I just want to go through what days and times and just specific dates in which we could be seeing stuff. So that being said, leave a like, that'd be greatly appreciated, and let's get started. So the first thing here, obviously, San Diego Comic-Con. It's the first thing coming up. 2 days, July 20th, Thursday, and there's specific descriptions on what we're going to be seeing there. And I want to go through this first and then talk about, what they don't say here and what we could be seeing just based on like what we know from past San Diego Comic-Con reviews. I think it was Infinity Ward. I don't think they did anything there. I think it was just Treyarch. If they did do something there for Infinity War, what was it? Infinite Warfare Zombies, then I don't think anyone really remembered. But anyway, this is what they're doing this year. I'll leave a link to, I'm pretty sure this is San Diego Comic-Con's official website, and you can look at, or it's some website here, but it talks about San Diego Comic-Con, what they're doing. So it's 11:45 a.m. to 12:45 p.m. So it's 1 hour. I guess if you're there, it's a room 6BCF. I don't know if anyone's actually going there who's watching this video. I'm guessing 11:45 in this case is Pacific time, because San Diego, it's in Pacific time. So I'm pretty sure it's then. Obviously you can translate that to where you are in the world just by going on some time clock. And the official description is Call of Duty is returning to Comic-Con with a new dark chapter in Call of Duty's fan favorite zombies cooperative mode. Okay, first look at the new zombies horror experience from Team Sledgehammer Games, a rich horror pedigree to zombies. Okay, blah blah, in all its glory. Meet the members of the zombies dev team. Okay, that's pretty interesting. And some of the Hollywood cast of actors who will be surviving this year's zombies horror. So you'll meet the actual actors that are playing the four main characters in the game. And then attendees will receive a limited edition Call of Duty World War II Nazi Zombies poster. That's pretty cool. But other than that, it doesn't really tell us what's actually going to happen. So usually, I guess it's best to note back first to the Shadows of Evil reveal. And it was around the same time. You had the things with San Diego Comic-Con as well. Basically, what we saw with that, because that was the main sort of zombies reveal. You didn't necessarily have a live stream with that one, and I remember the live streams were being leaked, and it was just a bunch of different stuff where there wasn't like an official Activision live stream with this reveal. And that's why a lot of people are asking, like, oh, well, how are we gonna know about any of this stuff? If anything, this world reveal, maybe this time they'll know to do a live stream, or it'll probably, if anything, be on like an official San Diego Comic-Con live stream, website or their own channel, something. Then you'll have to go there, and I guess Call of Duty will tweet out where to go. We'll definitely have tweets on that day of where exactly to go. Now, is it gonna be like a Q&A with actual questions? Because again, you have the cast of people there. I just don't know how much they're going to want to give us. I know, obviously, we're going to get the gameplay trailer. It's going to be released on that day regardless. So even if there's no live stream, we're going to see that full official gameplay trailer. They'll tweet out, and they'll have press releases of, new different features that maybe you don't see in the trailer. So usually, when any of this stuff is released, you have the guy, like Michael Condrey, is gonna say like, oh, this is gonna be a new feature, or I guess whatever, like maybe they'll reveal who the actual like team dev head of Nazi Zombies this year is actually gonna be, and then that guy will tweet out what's gonna happen. Then we'll get all the information, but in the form of seeing it live, I don't know. If anything, we'll just have to go on some leaked live stream account somewhere. If not, maybe this time I think we'll actually see something. But again, if you're gonna see that, it's gonna be 11:45 a.m. Pretty sure it's Pacific time. and just be around that day on Charlie Intel, and we'll have links and all that cool stuff. I'll probably be live streaming just to figure out what's going on at that point. So that's right now with San Diego Comic-Con, and that's gonna be pretty cool. How much information we're actually gonna get there, I think we'll actually get a lot more than we originally thought. I don't know. I mean, I guess no one really knows what to expect from this. Again, I'm not going into leaks. I'm not going to spoilers. I think what we're gonna see, in 2 days on Thursday will just be basically, the normal map location, certain weapons, the characters, maybe like some of their abilities, if they have abilities. I'm not so sure what the main point of this game is going to be. Obviously a bit of the storyline. We saw some storyline in the form of Marie and Claus and stuff like that, and those different letters that were sent out. I think that was in Mr. Waffle's sort of care package that he got. So we'll get more information on what's going on there. That'll be the main basis there. But I think anything else regarding maybe something that I would love, a second DLC map. That's probably a video I'm gonna make, a second DLC map at release, sort of like they do with Treyarch, and all that cool stuff. That's gonna be a lot later. Other than that, right now, San Diego is it's gonna be basic stuff. So other important times to see gameplay and information, I think Cod XP is a huge one, and that's gonna be, I feel like that's when is that, 2 or 3 weeks or so? It's like the 1st or 2nd week of August. So that's only a short time after San Diego Comic-Con. But Cod XP, obviously last year was a huge time for, different reveals of different games, and, you had revelations around that time being revealed, and just all this cool stuff. DLC 4 was playable around that time for Black Ops 3. So Cod XP is always, and, COD Champs in general, it's always a huge thing for things to be revealed. So I definitely think at least a teaser trailer of a new part of the map, or a new feature, or maybe a crazy new game mode that they're branding for the game. So maybe it's not just the normal wave-based game mode. Maybe there's, again, like a story mode or a new version of their grief mode. So we would see something along the lines of that at COD XP. And again, that's around the 1st or 2nd week of August, just shortly after, in 2 days, San Diego Comic-Con will receive sort of the base information. And that's really it regarding huge events. There are other, crazy events in different countries, and they're just different things throughout the next couple months until November. I think right now is the most notable time for them to give stuff out. Around then, it's just gonna be, I don't want to say it's gonna be a dry period. I hope it's not a dry period, like in times of September and October. Sometimes there's just stuff where you just don't get any information, and they just don't tell you anything. So hopefully they have, Call of Duty Activision, they have their own way of just continually tweeting out different storyline bits, or tweeting out a gameplay clip of some random thing, or maybe they want to send me something. They can send me something, send me some little clip. I'll tweet out the clip. I'll put the little hashtag World War II Zombies. They can do that. I don't care, man. But whatever they do, they're not gonna have, for the most part, this huge notable Call of Duty event to release their information. So that will be the case. And then how much information we will see, I'm gonna make a video on Wonder Weapons. I don't know if they're going to actually give us any information on Wonder Weapons. Obviously, there's got to be some sick Wonder Weapons. I don't think they're going to tell us. Easter eggs. I think Sledgehammer Games, they're a bit more in tune of what we look for and what we want. So they're going to keep a lot of secrets. They're going to give us a lot of information. They're going to try to give us as much as they feel is necessary. But I think Sledgehammer Games, they're really emphasizing the whole horror, Nazi zombies, crazy story mode feel. So a lot of it's going to be a surprise. So it's going to be this thing where we may see a huge dry period of just nothing, absolutely nothing. We'll just have to use with what we got, and we'll have to, I guess, speculate and make a ton of theory videos on what we're actually going to see, because they may not tell us a lot of information. They may not give us a lot. They'll give us some application. They give us, some storylines, some different weapons we'll see in the trailer anyway. It's different parts of the map, but there's gonna be a huge amount that we just do not see. With Treyarch last year, I don't know, man. We had the Shadows of Evil thing, and that was the trailer that came out. And then a couple days later, we had the whole Giant map release, the Giant with the whole remaster thing, and that opened up a whole new like a set of theories with, you know, Richtofen shooting himself, and I feel like we never really knew what the hell was going on with that until the map actually released, and we never knew why, you know, Richtofen shot himself. So, you know, I don't know, like World War II, Sledgehammer, they can't do anything crazy like that. They can't. There's nothing to base their game off of. They're not gonna go back to the storyline of, you know, Exo Zombies or something, or maybe Oz returns in World War II. Like, they're not gonna do any of that stuff. So they have to start fresh. So they can't surprise us. They have to really just create the hype. I mean, there's already hype for the game, so it's not going to be hard for them to do, but they can't go off of some past character or past game like Treyarch did to make a whole new sort of level of hype for the game without having to actually reveal anything. So, you know, we'll see what they do. I think a lot of people are already sort of interested in the characters already, so whatever they reveal, it's going to be pretty cool to see, you know, if they all of a sudden, you know, say this character is like sicker and they're gonna die or turn into a zombie like from Exo Zombies or something. You know, whatever they do, it's gonna be cool. Hopefully they have the same level of hype as Treyarch did, and we'll just see what happens. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy, if you're watching this video, leave a comment below. San Diego, and yeah, goodbye.